Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. Welcome back to our blind playthrough of the Chants of Sennaar. I don't know why I said Sennaar. So something very strange has happened as we sort of got to the top of the tower in the last episode, and we've ended up, I think we've ended up kind of really confirming that yes, we are a digital entity and we are in a digital, I think we're in a digital world. Certainly right now we're in, whether we were, I'm just holding this idea a little bit open, right? It may be that the world we were in was always a digital world and now we're in a glitched version of this digital world. It may be that the original world we were in is a real world, but we're in now a digital approximation of the world. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I don't know until I know. I don't know until I know. I'm not assuming, I'm not making a hard assumption, but I think that the implication is very heavy that, we're in a digital world. We're now in a kind of a corrupted version of it, and the corruptions are so delightful and in places creepy and bizarre. And it's so fun to see, to just kind of scan, the areas that we find ourselves in and see what changes have been made. This one is really well done. Really well done. I'm really liking it. Now, in between recording this episode and recording the previous episode, I went back and just had a look at the first sort of couple of minutes of the beginning of this playthrough, like in episode 1, because I was curious to see like how much was actually different when those first kind of credits come up and just as we see our main character kind of appear. And it was because I know I had a memory, but not a very good memory, of the fact that when those first words kind of pop up on the screen, that they did do a kind of a, they did sort of have a kind of an effect that was like characters changing into other characters, translation, as the words come up for us in English. But I went back and looked at it, and the thing I was really curious to see in particular was, A, was I right about that? Was indeed that what originally happened? And it was. But the other thing I was curious about was when it happened for us in the last episode and we seemingly go back to the beginning, most definitely, it was quite obvious that the character for Exile was among them. And I believe it is not there in the beginning, so that's at least one interesting change. But I noticed one other interesting thing. Not a change per se, but one other interesting thing that I absolutely didn't notice when I first started playing this game, which is that when we start playing, we, the screen goes from darkness, and then it's as if our eyes open, and we get that border around the screen that indicates our eyes opening, right? Eye shape, eye opening shape. There is like one frame, or at least, a very, very small number of frames there. It's a very quick, where that in itself appears to be glitched and it's all kind of corrupted. It's so quick. Like I had no hope of noticing that when I first started this game, because I didn't even know that it would matter, even if I did notice it, but which I didn't. So that was so cool to see. I think they give you a little wink right at the start of the game. Something not right here. There's a kind of a, why is there a digital corruption here just for like one tiny millisecond? So that was really fun. That was really delightful to see. Now I can see that there's some people up there waiting for me at the theater, but I have to try. Alright, I had to try like what happens if I go back in here. Okay. I assume the warriors will still be there, ready to zombie me to death. That's such a... It really is a well done effect, because I really feel like something is going wrong every time that happens. Alright, let's see what we see. I have no idea like how much is, like where this is leading and how much adventure we have left. I can't be shocked You know, in a way, this is so typical of the bards, right? This is not the first time I've been called an idiot by you guys, but it is the first time I've seen one of you with an exile face. Alright, and you need something. You need something. Do I have to give you a ticket? Ah, I can't go in here, so I guess maybe can we just walk? What? Why did you... Is that just something that happens over time? Hang on. Why did you just make a gesture? Like, I mean, given that things are glitched, I don't know if my interaction with the game itself is going to be glitched, you know? Alright, so they have no problem with us. Aha! I know what a glint means. I just have to try going... Ah! Is it because they're sort of like... Just go on. Yeah, whatever. I don't care if you go past. What will this be? Oh, it's ticket. Exile. So I suppose now that I look at this again, God, was this a happy face before? It probably would have been, right? I mean, it's hard to tell because the typical kind of like theater sort of, you know, generic like symbol is happy and sad mask face, right? But I would expect, I can't remember, I could go back and check, of course, I can't remember, but I would expect that this would have originally been a happy face and now it's sad face. But now that I look at this again, in hindsight, this looks quite similar to our Transformer face. Huh. So maybe we give that to the person outside. But what happens if I just do some stuff? Why not? What happens if I just keep going up? I don't want to progress without being able to check out as much as I possibly can. Oh, weird. Weird. So we do need to take that elevator up. Huh. So, it's... Come on. Just let me go that way. It's so interesting the way, like... What I really love is that each new experience of this kind of glitched reality is a very different kind of, glitch or a very different kind of experience. Like, they're all really... It's not the same thing over and over again. It's not just going, oh, environmental elements are displaced everywhere. You know? I think I have something for you. Yeah, they're still angry. You, I don't like. A monster you are. A monster you are. A monster you are. Oh, chilling. This is very dream. This is very bad dream-like. This is exactly like a dream. Like, because dreams... a lot of dreams have some element of anxiety, you know, kind of strewn into them, right? Sewn into them. And so I feel like it's very common, at least a lot of my dreams are anxiety dreams. Not always, I have like also like really awesome fun fantasy dreams as well, but I have a lot of anxiety dreams. And sometimes it'll be this kind of simple thing, right? It's just someone, it's like social anxiety, right? Like someone just kind of being mad at you. You've displeased someone and you don't know why, but you're just like, oh, no. Oh. They seem to have powered down? I'm very happy for you. I mean, if I can just save one child, right? If I can just save one child. Okay, because I need somebody to help me use that elevator. But maybe I actually help you use the elevator. You okay? I mean, I wish you no ill will. Go up. I mean, thank you, but what about you? I mean, to be honest, it's not as if this stuff up here blocking the way is like... It's not insurmountable, right? I could climb over it. I'm sure the kid can climb over it as well. That's not that hard to get through if you want to. A kid can definitely do that. I could do it if I tried. Look, you just climb up here, like get yourself around the bookcase there. It's not that hard. Wow. That is effectively disturbing. I'll tell you what's the most disturbing about this glitched reality. No cats. Actually, though, I don't want the cats to be glitched, so let's assume that they're all safe somewhere. Alright, we're gonna, I guess we're gonna stand in the graveyard and watch a theatre show. But as I said, I don't wanna... Okay, we can't go forward. But what if I go back out? I have to try. If we want to go back down with the kid... Okay, I can't fall off the elevator. Alright, so that's all there is to do. I just gotta check, so I want to do all of the things. I don't want to let this glitched reality tell me what I'm doing. I'll make my own pathway. Oh my god, what is this gonna be? Some of them have exile face. But there's no language. Is this the same order it was before? Saw, music, instrument, fire. I didn't even think fire was originally part of it, was it? Compass. Sword. Fire, compass, sword. And? What? And? What? It's brothers! It's your brother! It's family! It's a common heritage! That's actually much nicer than the original in a way. That had a better, just kind of disturbingly, that had a more positive ending to it. So I wonder if we'll have to use those symbols now in order. Oh, hello. What? Oh, I'm sorry. How rude of me. Why? Who? And, okay. So there's some things here. That's an odd view of the word books. Alright. Hang on, this is something I haven't looked at. My book. Everything seems to be the same. Yeah, this is all the same. Okay, so my book is not glitched. My book has remained... My book is as it was. God, it's so cool. Great illustrations. Yeah, alright. This is all the same. This is all the same. Oh, it did have fire in it. Saw, instrument, fire, compass, weapon. It's exactly the same. Okay. That's actually cool to see. Yep, alright. Bud. My god, the picture of idiot. What I'm just having a look for is, I'm just trying to remind myself, did I actually have the word for books? Or I guess this is 2 characters. I'm just double checking. It's been a little while. Book. Yeah, okay. Book plural. Alright, now what's this? Yep, the instrument you found, north you went. I don't know if these instructions are exactly as they were. God, it would be... West, so the saw he found, west he went. I believe that's true. The instrument he found, north he went. I believe that's true. The path the idiot bard found, because there's some lines here that are missing. And then something the bard found. But actually in this... Alright, so similar to the puzzle we solved before, we're rewriting the script and we have to use the new version of it. So this is no longer monster, it is brother. Surely. Now where do we input it? Cool. Yeah, very David Bowie Labyrinth. Are these big candles? Okay, so there's nowhere to go down here anymore. We can't open that. Okay. Yeah, so this would be... I'm just trying to remember what the phrasing was. Brother. But it's 4 characters. Hang on. I actually need to go back and... No, actually I can consult my book on this, can't I? Hang on. Bard. Where was the... The idiot bard the monster found. But what we're doing is... We're not saying... I mean... like, shouldn't it just be... the brother or the alchemist or the scientist, whatever it is, whatever the equivalent is in this language, shouldn't it just be the scientist the bard found? I actually think I do need to go and consult this to see how it's 4 characters. Yeah, it is the bard found. Oh, you're still calling them an idiot. I didn't think... Alright, that's what okay. The idiot bard. Okay. So they are... Right. Truly there could be no greater sign that this reality is glitched than the bards calling themselves idiots. That is unthinkable. Okay, so we know brothers because it's my favorite brothers who give us this. Idiot. When I say I know though, of course I can't remember. Which one is brother? Ah! I did not remember that. Brother. The idiot... Where was that? Idiot. The idiot bard found. Man, I'd love to say that I could totally recall all of... I can remember many of these characters. There we go. But most certainly not all of them. So this just gets us out where we were, but we're glitching! We're glitching into the... Ah. Oh. Oh. Wow, it's all creepy down there. Plus... could we even hear this sound before? It sounds like rushing water. God, the trees. All the plants are dead again. Oh, it's way more dead than it was before. Ah, my card player. Ah, I expected that this was going to be different, of course. All exile. Most likely. We can't confirm with the upside down card. Interesting. The way is bricked up. Wow. This is such a surreal dream. This is so surreal. It's very gothic now. Gosh, it was so pleasant and, if anything, kind of Mediterranean. Now it's very gothic. Now it's very gothic. All right. I'm going to guess that similarly, same sort of puzzle here. We need to find a phrase. Yeah. Okay, let's try and get a sense for it. And what we're going to have to match it to, I think, is one of the not plurals, one of the murals down below. But which one is this? What are we looking at? This is very garbled. Honestly, it looks like apartment buildings back there. It's 4 characters anyway. And we need to put this into alchemist language. Alright, well, let's go and see what we see. How creepy. How creepy. My friend is gone. It's okay, I'm glad he's not here. So I reckon it's going to be one of these, right? Ah. Are these all complete now? The warrior's closing the door. These are... No, this one's still missing. Okay. The devotees seeking God. Up. The devotees seek God. Actually, I can't remember if I had a guess at what this character down here is, but I was wondering, is it... What could... Is it seek? No. So we can just sort of see the bottom... I think it's just the bottom of a line. I suppose there's a lot of things it could be. Go might be the obvious to think, except that I think that the end of the line should also have a box. If it is go, it should still have the like the right hand side of the box part visible there, yeah. So I don't think it's that. I don't know. Yeah, seek up. It could be seek up. Open. Doesn't really feel right. Or it could be a character that we simply don't know. The devotees seeking God seek up. Maybe. Don't know. Doesn't really feel right either. Yeah, all of the fountains are off. I wonder if this missing character is transform. Just a character that we never, learned ourselves. God speaking to men. Aha! I was waiting for something to be really messed up. Basically. Missing. So it's missing and there's nothing we can do. Where's our kid friend? Where's my plucky little kid friend? So there's no water here whatsoever. Oh my god. Huh. And not only is it all sort of piled in a weird way, it's like, it's again glitching through the floor as well. What if I use the lever? I guess it just do that. What if I use this lever? If I had to guess, I would say surely we're going to find our kid friend down here. Ah. Is this part of... Oh. Hello, hello. Hello, part of alchemist language. Let me have another look. So, circle with line and small circle. Well, yeah, could it be... Yeah, that's plural. That's plural. So are we going to find just bits and pieces of this all over the place? Yeah, looks like there's something else over here. No? Or just all of this. Right. So if we assume the plural is missing from this, I mean, even just like reading the images, this is so cool, by the way, because again, what this indicates is that the change in the message is derived from the change we made through the translation. So this is super cool. So this is the scientists or the alchemists making potion. God, it's a really good image. Alright, and that's that. So I don't think I can get... I can't even use this lever, can I? No, I can use this one. If there's something I can push, I'm gonna push it. Insert salt and pepper track right here. Alright, so the scientist making potions. It's funny that they give you a little piece of plural, a little piece of the plural character there. You see a little couple of pixels of light there. Which are actually in a few places anyway. Okay, alright. Someone moved the mural. Makes sense. It's under repair. Scientists make the potion. It sure doesn't make the story make a whole lot of sense now, but God, I love that bricked up entryway there. All right, so we're putting this into scientist language. I'm just going between the different terms, the alchemist language. The alchemists make, what was make? It make is, no, that's help. What was make again? Make. I guess we say, because we're doing alchemist language, we're converting this back to formula. Which one was formula? I mean, we found it fairly early, even though it took me a long time to... Formula, that's right. It's kind of a weird one. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, face. No! Oh my god. But hang on, no, but I've helped you! Oh, what if I get caught? What if I take a stand? Then that. Of course, I had to try. Oh, it's cool to see them out in the light, actually, and in more detail, though. I kind of just want to experiment. Check it out. Check it out. This is look, I know I'm going to get caught while I look around here, but I'm going to look around, right? So bricked up access way over here. These are the little plates of our like our beggar friend. Interesting. And then the columns everywhere. So it looks like a real combination of inside and outside. Oh my god! Yes, it's Escher. It's David Bowie. It's like, oh. What? That's wild. That is, it's not even creepy. It's just freaking cool. This is just metal. Look, it's okay. I'm immortal. I'm immortal. I'm immortal. I don't know about my child friend, but I'm immortal. So, oh god, look at the spikes coming through its eyes there. I guess we're all immortal because, you know, the kid appears back again. God, the color. This deep red. Whoa. Alright, do I have to find the same way forward that I did previously? This way. No, this way. They're going very slowly. The monster is not bothered by light. Oh, alright, now that's absolutely terrifying. Nope, I do not like getting stuck in water. Exile. This is nuts. Hang on, the monster is somewhere else because I'm not being chased right now. Alright, that gives me a second to just look around and like drink this in. Light sticks? Lightsabers? This is bananas. Oh, I can't, hang on, I can't go back? Nope. Why would I go back? I can't go back. Also, yeah, the view through the windows up there is sort of interesting. Monster's going to be waiting for me up here, right? Whoa! Oh, sorry, I did see you were here with a boat. I was busy. I'm just busy looking at everything. We might as well head over here to make this easy. But what if I can go... What if I go around the monster? Whoa! No, I can't. No, I'm way too slow. I'm way too slow. Alright, I'm so at ease knowing about my immortality that I'm just having a sip of my... Whoa! Oh, I thought we were going to get on the boat. This is wild. This is wild. Amazing. I know probably most people just do that. Like, you just go really quickly, right? And you just let that flow. But I love interrupting it. I mean, I'm in a glitched world. I'm allowed to glitch the glitch world, right? I'm allowed to play. I'm allowed to be playful with the glitch. This is very cool. What a great effect. Hi. I'm in your face. I'm in your face. You're in my face. That's its own kind of disturbing. Is there anything more disturbing than doppelgangers? Alright, we have to rescue ourselves. So, okay. Alright, so we've come out of that reality to where? To where? I mean, am I in a babushka doll, you know, set of realities? Or am I in an actual reality? Am I in a physical material world now? Why? So these were the exile. Alright, we're inside where that exile door was. When has what occurred? Where is who is when? Alright, so this is our sort of, oh, everyone is free. Or at least everyone has accepted freedom. Hang on. Alright, so is this the one that we talked to who gave us kind of our big reveals? I think so. Greetings. You stopped exile. You revived my people. Wonderful. I'm happy that I did that. I feel like you know, have a huge hand in this as well. Don't know if I would have been able to do anything without you. I guess let's have a look around. So this is all the same. No one's scrubbed off the writing yet. I kind of want to go everywhere. Like I want to see. I want to go to the places I'm perhaps like least expected to go in some ways. You came to help us. You stopped exile. Yeah, they're all just having a chat. Nice. Everyone's coming to terms with what they've been through. Oh, of course, these are the light sticks that we saw next to the monster statues. Got it. I wasn't sure what that element was. Yeah. It was these. Can we use the machine again? Is this just as it was? It's just as it was. Okay. So perhaps this is indeed a material reality. You helped my people. Exile is dead. Alright, that's back here. How about down the staircase then? I don't know. It could be empty, but it could also be a room where something special happens, so I'm going to leave it. I so wonder what they're all discussing. Man, that game was lame. Why did we play it for 200 hours? How do we use these stairs? Why did we design them this way? Hang on, what happens if I use a terminal? So can I go back to the other areas now? I'm wondering if going back up top is maybe the progress point, is maybe where we're going. But obviously I want to avoid doing what I should do, and I want to do... So these people are still chatting away. Okay. I presume I can use the terminal, but I'm just going to have a little... I'm a little worried about going this way as well. I don't want to trigger... Ah! Now it is stopped. Now it is stopped. Alright, I'm trying to make some tricky decisions here about like what I view and when. I'm not going to go into that next room yet. I'm not going to go back to the beginning of the gate just in case. I'm going to save that. I am going to check in here. Because... Is this the music that always plays when I enter? It feels very present. If I see... I'm a little nervous about this music. Is this the music that played the 2 other times I've been in this room? Alright, it must be. Okay, whew. Like, as much as I want things to happen, I don't want... You know what I mean? Like, I don't want the big thing to happen. I don't want to, like, get caught in advancement when I can procrastinate and, you know, explore as much as possible. So I want to do that. I actually want to go back to the first area and go back through the gate. How interesting. I wonder what those faces sort of symbolize. Because it's sort of just... There are similarities to their face masks, but also quite different. Has anything changed anywhere else? You guys are still all here? The guy's still... He's still counting his barrels? Okay. So maybe there aren't any other changes to the rest of the tower then. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm just going to go through... I find the library such an interesting place. I'm just going to step through here again. Oh man, you guys won't believe what I've been through. You probably want to hear this. I mean, this is gonna blow your minds. You're gonna have to open up a whole nother wing in the library for this one. You guys, I've been through something really big that has, I don't know, it's got some pretty big implications I can't even really deal with. You guys might have to dedicate, you know, a whole research lab to this. Hello? Is anyone interested in my wild experience? The fairy's building the door. Oh, I'm glad I came back and rechecked this, because I don't think I had. The fairy's building the door. I always thought this would be the fairy's closing the door. Interesting. I suppose it has the same kind of effect though. It's a door, an impediment to access was built, was put in place, right? Alright, I'm guessing that if this area is the same, probably all of the areas are the same then. But I can't help it. I want to go... I almost want the mental reassurance of seeing this scene again. Ah, it was all a dream! It was all a dream. You guys are all back. Ah. Oh, it's so wonderful to hear your music. Such a blessing. And above that, to witness this burgeoning friendship. To witness the tearing down of the walls of division. You know? Play, companionship, allyship, camaraderie. Alright, that was good. Okay, so I can't... I don't know, I suppose nothing super jumps out at me as like, oh, I really need to go back and check this, right? Like, I think it will all be the same as what we saw before. So, I'm guessing that we simply go beyond the big face. What happened to our kid, though? Where's our little buddy gone? I mean, you know what? The last we saw them... Oh! Oh, it's all nice and sunny now. Hang on. Sorry to ruin the mood, but I just had to come and look at this. Oh, good. I'm glad I did. Go up! He's like, what are you doing? Go up. You opened the doors. You revived the tower. Where are you? Because I went and checked your office. Where are you? None of the other exile doors are open as far as I can see. I wonder if we can find them somewhere. And I assume that the scenes beyond the blue doors are probably the same. I probably shouldn't assume, but I'm just thinking they appear on the terminals to still be discussing. So, you know, the anchorists who were in each of those blue doors seem to still be, as far as I can see on the terminals, they seem to still be having their chats with each of the... Wow. That's triumphant music. That's triumphant music. Brilliant! Oh, the golden... Gosh, the color palettes in this game. I have to have a look over here, just in case. What if for some reason there's a dog here? For no reason. What if? What if? I can't miss it. So now what? Oh, that's so good. Everyone is hanging out. Yes, all my buddies. Everyone is hanging out together. And there's my kid. Yes. Yes. I'm glad. Because the last place we left that child, as far as I can remember, is on a boat with a monster coming towards them. So, that's not good. You're okay. I'm so glad. You were one of my very earliest friends as well. I tell you who's missing here, though. Kitty. There should be a kitty here. Look at their shadow because they're floating. But to be honest, that looks like their shadow is really far from where I would expect it to be. Hooray! Ah, so you're here. So you just have your own mobile monitor, camera of some kind. Is that right? Interesting. My character is walking slowly. We're not running here. Like when we get here, we walk slowly. When we go over here, we run. Okay. Well, you know what? Although everybody is here, I'm just going to point out that the warriors are talking to the warriors, the bards are talking to the bards, the devotees are sort of just standing and looking, and the alchemists are talking to the alchemists, and the anchorist is by themselves, so, you know, not really mixing yet. But anyway, it's good. Good start, everybody. Good start. Wow, should we do this? Is this going to be the end? What? Yeah, everyone is watching the symbol appear. Oh, the devotee must be having the time of their life. I knew it. I knew it. That's so good. Yes. In turn, they all realize they value the same thing. Now they mix. That's so satisfying. How beautiful. How beautiful. Oh, how incredibly satisfying. Ah. Oh, that's quite emotional. How perfect. How freaking perfect. Well, that couldn't be better, I think. That's the ideal ending. That's the absolute ideal ending. I'm just thinking... Oh, it's the sun. The mysterious sun. Oh, well done, everybody. Oh, I'm so impressed. This was beautiful. This was a truly, truly beautifully crafted and beautifully executed game. Oh, how I just can't get over it, how unbelievably perfect that it finishes with this glowing symbol, which, you know, literally is the connection. Like, it is the product of the connection between every... Well done, musicians. So good, so good. Well done, voice actors. Oh my god. Everyone did such a good idea. Cats! Nauru and Nuria did the cats. Well done, Nauru and Nuria. Champions. Champions, all of you. How totally perfect. Yeah, that we finish with the literal product of the connection between each of these peoples. You know, which was created through translation between the languages, which resulted in them overcoming prejudice and negative assumptions about each other, brought them physically together, moving them through the different places, let's say created or renewed travel, and that it is the symbol at the top of the tower that, again, I mean, in a sense, like it is the manifestation of what the devotees saw as God, right? Probably. I don't know. Actually, I've got to think that bit through again, because I'm thinking about the preacher actually said, God stopped talking to me. Or did the preacher say, God told me? I now can't remember. I was doing so much theorizing about that. I've forgotten what they actually ended up saying. Anyway, but either way, you know, the preacher did appear to have, as far as they were concerned, some kind of communication with what they saw as God. And I'm wondering if that was, thank you for playing. Thank you for making this game. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank all of you. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And so everyone is there to witness this symbol. And then the unbelievably, like the absolute, like it's more than a cherry on the top of a cake, right? It's the cherry, it's like a whole punnet of cherries on the top of a giant tiered tower cake. The massive amount of cherries on the top of this tower cake, I'm going to keep going with this metaphor, is that symbol showing them in real time how their most valued idea, their most valued concept in each of their languages, in each of their cultures, is the same thing viewed from different perspectives. Chef kiss all around. Chef kiss all around. Like, so cool. So freaking good. So cool. So cool. I couldn't have imagined for myself a more satisfying ending, because we'd already had all of the moments of satisfaction of translating between the different cultures and seeing the changes in the tower itself. So that was already wonderful. You're already like, great, you guys are going, the doors have been opened. You guys are now going to flourish. You're going to learn more about each other. You're going to interact. So that was already in place. So in a sense, you sort of go, and we'd already, of course, sort of had even the idea of the villain being defeated. Exile's been shut down. So that was out of the way. So in a sense, you sort of go, well, where to from here for an ending? How do you wrap this game up with a bow? And they did. They wrapped it up with the perfect bow, the absolute perfect bow. Look, it's apparent. I don't need to say this, because you've been following my experience of this game the entire way. I'm so impressed. So thank you to everybody who recommended this game. I've had an amazing time. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Yeah, as I said, the only thing that I could possibly wish is just that the game were longer. But that in itself isn't a criticism. I'm not saying, the game is short. The game is wonderful. The game actually, in many ways, is longer than I expected it to be. I suppose at any given time I'm sort of making like kind of assessments based on what I'm seeing about like how much more of the game there is. And kind of at every point there turned out to be a lot more than I thought. But of course, the feeling is simply I would love to play more. Like I enjoyed this experience so much. I would love for this to be longer. So yeah, I'd be really interested to see what else these developers do. I don't know. I haven't looked into it because I avoid as much as I can about any games that I think I'm going to play on the channel. So I don't look at any of this stuff until afterwards. But just very, very impressive. Very impressive. This was a beautifully crafted game with a beautiful message and a beautiful mechanic. And wonderful, stunning aesthetics. Really, the music and the soundscape perfectly matched to, the aesthetic and the vibes of the game. And it had cats. What else can I say? Really nice. Really nice. And again, just to underline the very core thing about this game, the fact that it's all built around the concept of communication and the beauty and the power of language, and conversely the risk, the danger of divisions being created between people. So just pure excellence. It's wonderful. But I guess that I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad that that's the end for this game. But I am so happy to have experienced this. I'm so happy to have been able to give you guys like my full kind of authentic, first experience of this game. I hope that you guys have, had a wonderful time of getting to relive a first experience of this game through me. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for being just an amazing, an amazing audience watching this. I've so enjoyed every time I've put an episode out, and you guys have given such amazing, wonderful positive comments that have been really motivating, and I have so appreciated being able to have that sense that we're all going on this journey together. So thank you so much for that. So I guess to other business, thank you for being a part of this playthrough. There are many other playthroughs that I do on this channel if you're interested in taking a look. But on top of that, I'm with this one ending, with Chants of Sennaar ending, I'm about to start another playthrough, and no doubt by now I would have already put out a video announcing that, but so I know that I've made the decision now. I know I can say it here, but that's going to be, because of your recommendations, that's going to be the return of the Obra Dinn. So I hope, I hope many of you are excited for that one. I am very excited about it. Just huge chef kiss for this game. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And again, if there's anything now, so now we're done with the blind playthrough. If there's anything now that you want to tell me about this game, go nuts. Did I miss anything? Is there actually anything I could go back in to see that I didn't see, or even like watch a video of somebody else, playing that I can? I don't know. Yet whatever. So anything that you want to tell me about this game, go nuts. It's gloves off in the comment section. But yeah, I hope that you had a wonderful time watching. I had a wonderful time playing. Hopefully I'll see you in another playthrough. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because even if I don't have a playthrough immediately now that you're interested in, you may very well find one. We may release one in future that is your kind of cup of tea. Other than that, thank you. Have a great day. Hey everyone. So it wasn't until I closed the game before that I noticed I have 24 out of 25 Steam achievements for this game. So I was, stroking my chin and going, what could that other one be? I don't know, but I just thought, I don't know how this is going to go. I just thought, let's try going back into the game. I really wasn't sure where this was going to be. Okay, so we're at this point just before we end the game. It may be something that I've just simply missed. Oh, it happened again. But let's just see what happens. I don't know if I'll end up using all of this footage of me running around, because this might just end up being very boring and just walking around and kind of mostly not seeing anything, or I don't know if if we'll even find anything. But I'm going to attempt to find what this final achievement is. And there might be more things in the game, of course, that you guys might still let me know about that aren't represented in an achievement, of course. But I don't know. I'm just going to do a bit of a wander around. So I may, I don't know. I don't know how this goes. I may cut in all of this footage, or I may just edit it to if I see something interesting. Yeah. This. I wonder if, because I just feel like I haven't used anything here. It's got so much on it. I mean, it has material. Is there something else I can do in the machine? It seems to point to multiple. If you look at this whole page, what's the most important information here? Well, there's several things that are circled, right? There's a thing in a big circle, which is where are my, I actually don't need to look in the book. Hang on. There we go. So, copper, all right, that one there with a little line coming out. Silver, symmetrical. Gold has the circle. Carbon has only lines. Okay, got it. So the big circle here has gold. The problem is, yeah, like how do I read this? Because gold has 2 numbers next to it. But then it also has an arrow pointing to another number. And then it has copper to the side, but is copper associated with one of those numbers? Oh, bless me. And then it has carbon and gold kind of together with an arrow coming into the circle. So how would you even begin, like if this is talking to you about amounts, how would you begin to determine what the amount of gold is? Because it seems to be represented twice. And how would you determine what the amount of copper is? I don't know. I don't know. Then we have the square. We have what's in the square over here. Now this is 3 numbers. But that is coming from 3 triangles that don't tell us what they are. They just have one number associated with them. And then they themselves have numbers in circles like pointing to them. And then it says silver. Silver 2. No, silver 200. 200 silver, I think, there. 200 silver. Yeah, there's just, like, there's no way. But then even all of that is pointed towards the big circle, the stuff that's in the big circle. So, and then you have this, all right, what else do we have? We have this stuff that's at the bottom. This is associated with copper. There's a big triangle in the bottom left-hand corner associated with copper. It's got 3 numbers under it, some kind of mystery diagram. Little pentagon with 2 lines coming out of it with stuff we can't read. There's a small carbon triangle under that. There's a gold. Okay, so maybe we've got a big copper here. It's got 3 numbers under it. Complicated numbers, not simple, not single digit numbers. 3 numbers under it. 1 number, I guess, below it has carbonite. But what would that even mean? Then the middle number there has an arrow pointing to gold, which I have no idea what that little scribble next to it is, because it doesn't seem like it's a number. It doesn't seem like it's a number character. And then we have kind of a double-sided arrow that points over to copper and the number. Copper and the number. What is it again? I've totally forgotten. I've totally forgotten my numbers. Huh? What's 4 with a dot? Or, 40. What? What's 40 with a dot in it? It's not 5. It's not a full circle with a dot in it. It's this with a dot in it. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not even a number I know. It's not even a number I know. Totally mystified. So I don't know. Here's what I'm going to say. If that's something, it could be. I could imagine it could be something. I have tried. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. I feel that perhaps I haven't done something with this machine. But it may, as I said, it may just be that it's here to just help you make sense. No. This is something, right? Because... What? Alright, well, what I was about to say is, like, why does it have this cross here? So this must be something I'm missing. It's something, I can't click on this cross, but I'm thinking something comes out of it. Why was it even the first time? Alright, hang on. The first time I created a number, nothing happened. Let's reset. Or let's at least reset 1/2. Right. What I'm trying to figure out is what's the difference between when I press this, a number appears. Press again, nothing else happens. If this isn't all number appears. If I have them all as non-zero, why? Okay, this is something. How did I get that thing? What is it? Now, alright, now. So, okay, maybe something doesn't come out of this cross. Maybe it doesn't give you an item. The cross is there to tell you this ain't a number because I've created... Hang on, let's keep this simple. Now it's a number. So these 4... I think it is that these... Let's work this out. We've got a 7 and a 0 here. And it likes that. It gives us a 7 in the top. Yeah, so my understanding currently is that these two are the top, are the 1,000. These two add together, 3 and 2, to give us, 5 in the 100, the top right hand corner. These two add together to give us the 10, which is a 7, and that is indeed... Hang on. But that's curly line, that's an 8. That's an 8. Hang on, is it carrying a 1 here? Yeah, it is. Okay. So this creates 10, which is why we have nothing in the bottom right because it's a 0. It's a 0, but we carry the 1 over here so that 70 becomes 80. Yes. I see. Here we have a perfectly cromulent number, perfectly fine number. So, 3 plus 2 equals 5, and we have that represented in the 500 slot in the top right hand corner. Now this one is the final, like the largest tier of number, the top left hand corner, and it is 7. It is perfectly fine. Now it is 8, it is perfectly fine. Now it is 9, it is perfectly fine. But if we try to make it 10, the number is too big. So this combination cannot make. There is too much number here. Too much number. So I think actually this machine... I had hoped that this machine was something, but I'm thinking it's not. I'm thinking this is just teaching you about numbers, and this is too much number. This is too much number. Yeah. Yeah, we can't do that because now it's carrying a 1 over into the biggest segment. It could still be that there's something to be done with this machine. It could still be that there's a particular thing you can input there. Yeah, but I think I think it's to help you understand about numbers. And at least understand about the limits. Now technically, we can put something else in here. Let me have one more look back in here just in case I close myself out and I can't remember what the combo was again. Well, we've got it written in our book, so it's fine. We have a good look and a good listen and there's nothing. So it's interesting that it doesn't let me play around. Oh, it indeed doesn't even let me press those numbers. Okay, it just lets me look at them. Okay. Alright, so I wondered if that could be something because, yeah, because we've solved the key making machine, we can no longer play with the key making machine. But same with that one. Now, why does that let me go back in here? Huh. Well, this is interesting. Why would you give me the option to click on these? Maybe this could be it. Why would you give me this option? If this game is generally very comfortable with closing out options once you've completed a puzzle, how would I don't have any items. Is there an item that can be found? Can I get a crowbar somewhere? What would it be? Like, what would open this? How do these things open? What's the lock mechanism here? Is it a pass? Well, let's have a look. Bricked up. Hang on, can't I pick up this crowbar? Just pick up the crowbar and open the doors. Curious. Nothing in here. No item, nothing to interact with. But you are happy. You are happy for me to play around with this one again. I have no more materials, so I can't put anything. That doesn't do anything now. Alright. Can I just make another one? You say no. Because I haven't put anything in. Interesting that it lets you play around with this though. Why does the game let me press a button? No. I thought maybe if I press it while it's still... Huh. Why? I don't know. There might be absolutely no reason for this. There might be no reason why it matters at all. There's nothing else to interact with here. If I go back in here, there's all these materials. I can't take anything. Okay. it's a little bit curious to me that they still let you play around with that machine. Like, I'm assuming... I wonder if I can go back this way. Ah! Oh my god! Oh, that's tight. Oh my god, oh my god, no, you can't. Okay, alright, fair. Understood. It's impossible. So back up we go. Yeah, it is, to me, it's unusual that they let you play around with that machine some more. And this... What if it's just like, persistence pays off here? I'm having a sip of my tea while I just try this a bunch. You never know, it could be a fun little Easter egg for like old school gamers who just press the button a bunch to see what happens. Curious. So this is just, there's nothing we can do here, right? This is just... What is this? So I'm just trying to make sense of the existence of this machine. 2, 1, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, like we have the order. This is what we did to get the elevator going, right? Something like that. We did 3, 5. Yeah. So we did 1, correct. 2. We can't. Yeah, it's either it's one end or the other end. But wasn't it already on? I just came down here. And it's all off again now. I guess when you play with the machine, it goes off. Okay. I mean, I suppose one of the other things I could imagine is that maybe there's something, maybe there's something down in the maze, kind of underground area here below that I didn't find, but I don't really think so. Hey, my buddies. The best. The best. I know everything's alright when I'm there with these guys. It's kind of weird coming back here after seeing the glitched version of this place. Nothing anywhere. Nothing going in the theater. For some reason, these people are ready to perform at any moment with even just one random stranger audience. Good on them. These are committed artists. It's really interesting to me that these guys, to what degree they really realize it or not, they have coded the instructions for getting through this maze into their culture. They tell, they hold this information. They keep this information in their culture through art. A very common way of storing knowledge. Why? Like, why are these actors in particular sharing this knowledge? The path the idiot bud found. monster. But don't worry, there's no monster there anymore. Unless you guys like hire that scary guy in the first area to go there and like, you know, turn it into kind of a tourist attraction. So I by the way, I had forgotten that this original one was about the idiot bard as well. And I thought like that was something they added in the glitched version, but no, this was all about the idiot bard from the start. I just totally forgot about that part. Seeking, I'm not. Beauty I found. A bard I am. I guess if you think about it in the wider sense, it's not. I think what's being suggested is they're not just giving up on knowledge; they're giving up specifically. Potentially, the bards are specifically giving up on the central aim of the central aim of the alchemists, which is to specifically gain the knowledge to get through the door and to transform. And these guys are saying, yeah, no, we've decided to stay here. We've decided to just stay here and enjoy ourselves. We don't want to ascend to fairyland and to fairies. Never give up. So this didn't really turn out to be anything kind of to do with like an event happening as far as I know. It's possible that there's, you know, like something I'm kind of misunderstanding about the lore, but I don't think so. I think it all turned out to be related to a computer program and not to, you know, news of an eclipse. But back then when way back when I originally came to the observatory, I was still under the impression that was something extra, and it wasn't like anything the warriors were doing. Like I hadn't put any of that together yet. So I was like, oh, the scientists, you know, this is where they do their science, and, you know, they have news that they probably need to communicate, etc., etc. God, this whole area has an extra creepiness associated with it now. Hey, lizard. The call. The chosen ones. Warriors building the fortress. The duty. It's really very, very dark. Really very dark what they were doing. Deciding that people were impure because they didn't play music. You really don't need, like, learning that they played music isn't really, like, what the warriors needed, you know? What the warriors need is to, like, learn not to oppress people at all. That there's nothing that justifies that. And ideas of purity are very fascist, you know? Just don't be fascist is the lesson that they need. Now why can I do stuff here still? Is there anything else to interact with here? There's a little mask that's like a bard mask at the bottom, I now know. And further up as well. What about this gnarly helmet up here? Instruments. One, two. They look up. That's interesting. To give you the hint, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to go and look at this mask. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, it's probably 4, isn't it? Because we're already on the... Yep. Like, if there's anything to do here, I mean... Oh, I haven't gotten far enough. Damn it. There we go. That's where I need. So we gotta do this again. Yeah, if there's anything to do with any of these things, I mean, I can't try them all. I can. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna try them all. Why do I have to go around? Why do we have to exit on that side? Oh, no, 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 no. No! Press the wrong thing. Alright, let's be really careful with this one. I have to do it again. It's a very clever machine. It's, it'd be great if they could invent a slightly more efficient design at some point. Now that they can talk with the alchemists, maybe they'll get there. Okay. No, he say no. I mean, I expect that's the same for every single one of these. I cannot think that I can't see how anything here is gonna generate a different response. The scientist searches the stars, probably, to help The scientist searches, let's say, the stars to help. Is this character at the end? Because they seem to be devotees and warriors in the background, but it's not this character. To help. It could be warrior. All we can see is that there is... It could be warrior. But, like, why would there also be a devotee there? And they don't get mentioned. So, I mean, candidates. It could be this character. Yeah, it's a very high little diagonal line there. It could be... Bellman. No, probably not. Probably not Bellman. It doesn't have the two lines there. It could... I don't think it's... I mean, it could either be scientist or warrior, I think. The scientist searches the skies to help the warriors. You know what? That's a very, very old... It's a very, very old writing. So is that from... Ah, so hang on, I think I can put this in a little bit of context now. This is old. This is from a long time ago. The scientist searches the skies, the constellations, to help the warriors find the tower? Or, like, understand the call? or understand how to navigate something in their past that brought them here. Can we get on the boat and go somewhere? Nope. Can I change again? Oh, we can. Well, why not? Like, what's gonna happen if I... I got it. Leave the armory with... I got the achievement. Leave the armory with, like, the wrong armor. Fashion victim. Ah, that's what it is. So that's my 25th... My final achievement that I didn't try is to leave the armory with the wrong... I guess what they mean is to successfully leave without getting caught. And now that there's nobody to catch me, I can just walk around wearing the wrong outfit. Okay. Oh, this took ages to find, but I found it. But now that I am wearing the wrong outfit, what? Because there are still some warriors around. There's one right here. Am I going to be caught? I'm going right up to them. They don't care. They don't care. That's really interesting. Yeah, there's nothing changing about the place. Oh, hang on. Can I also show you guys a different statue? Because this is quite... Can we change that? So, hamster wheel. So that's the final achievement done. There's nothing more there, but it doesn't mean that there's nothing else interesting to see. Hey. We have no, I mean, maybe this is blowing the minds of the devotees down there, but we have absolutely no way to know if they find this interesting. What about the next one? I think they've been looking at that first statue, or that statue that they've been looking at for long enough. Let's give them something else to talk about. Problem is that this one, like these ones don't sort of, like they are less good at sort of revealing, you know, the critical kind of, you know, issues in the philosophy. I mean, well, yeah, they're a little bit less critical of warrior philosophy, right? Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to at least like cut in me finding that final achievement so you guys can see that, and maybe a couple of other bits and pieces from that. But that was me having a final. Like, I've had a final walkthrough everywhere I can think of in this place. I have probably still missed some things, so I'm still really interested in if you guys have anything to tell me. And if it's something that I can go and look at this point in the game, yeah, like, maybe I can, you know, show you in some way. You know, maybe there's not enough for, like, a full another episode, I don't know, but... yeah, that's what I've been able to squeeze out of this game on my own Steam without any kind of assistance. So we'll leave it there. And if you guys have anything else to tell me, I'd be super interested to know about it. All right, this will probably be the proper ending to this particular episode. I'll set it loose now. I'll set it loose and wait wait to hear your responses. But thank you again so much for being a part of this playthrough of this beautiful, 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 lovely game. I'll see you in another playthrough. Bye-bye. Okay, as it turns out, there is one more thing for me to do and to edit into this video. I have been given some hints about a secret thing, and actually, oh, my guy's still doing that, about a secret thing, about an Easter egg, as it was phrased, that conveniently is not too far off where my guy is starting here. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go, I said. Let's go run. No, it's okay. My guy has been running constantly through this whole thing. Sort of a run jog. A jog. I mean, I guess that's a jog, isn't it? It's not a run jog, it's a jog. We've kind of been jogging. So I think what people are referring to is over here, where obviously I have tried to go before. Huh. But that was back when the guards were chasing me, so... Is it... Can we go... Aha! Huh? Ah! Secret area. I mean, I don't know if... It feels secret to me. I don't know if this... Is this secret to... Hey. Super cool. What an amazing view. I'm actually turning my head to the side to look at that, which doesn't make any sense. I'm actually, often like very, very kind of emotive like that when I'm playing. I just kind of get really into the game. I'm doing the same, even when as I say it, like I'm leaning my head to the other side. Wow. This is a lot. This is a lot. This looks like an old piece of electric equipment. I mean, this just looks like a piece of electrical equipment from the 80s or the early 90s. Like an old VCR or some audio equipment or something you'd find inside an old car. Why? What? This looks very different to anything else that we've encountered. What? Hang on, alright. What have we got here? So, this looks like a kind of a Morse code-ish type thing going on here. The dots and the lines, dots and lines, dots and lines. So, a message. We've definitely got a symbol there that says connected, like connected to Wi-Fi, connected to something. Connected to some kind of network, but the battery is very, very, very low. So, but all I can do is look at this. All I can do is look at this. Do I actually have to... I'm just hurrying to take a photo of this right now, just in case I actually have to work out this Morse code myself, right? If this is, like, actually Morse code. Alright, photo taken. I don't think this is the game that would make me do this. But then again, if this is a secret thing, maybe that's what it is, right? I mean, I guess there's nothing else. There's just that. And then there's these 3 lines. Alright, look, I'm pressing on the controller in every direction. Nothing is happening. I can't play with these knobs. I can't press any buttons. I can't jiggle the antenna. This is, this is just so mysterious. So, there are also the 3 lines that are appearing down the bottom. 1, 2, 3. As if there are like 3 stages of some kind of process that's happening over and over again. So, alright, stepping back. Are we receiving a message? Is this sending out a message? Is this receiving a message? I am inclined to think this is receiving a message. Should I literally... Hang on. Before I go Googling like Morse code interpreter or something like that, is there anything else? So also, what's going on here? Why is there... Obviously this is blocked off, we can't go through, but like, why is there sort of like a blue door there? Oh, I didn't mean to go back down. Hang on. Okay, here there is just that. We can't go anywhere else up here. The wind, man. So, excuse me. Alright, stepping back yet again. What's going on here? We must be on the side of the tower and kind of heading down the tower. So... And this is coming out, so this is coming from the warriors area. This is coming from the warriors area. Hey you guys, I found something down there. Do you want to have a chat about it? Do you want to talk? Nope, still do not. Hang on, does it actually... I mean, he just looks. They just look. But they don't... Oh. Fortress duty. I'm on fortress duty today. How about you? Yeah, I'm also on fortress... Oh! Hang on, this one actually gets a little... What? There was a little bit of yellow there. Like a little bit of concern. A little bit of suspicion. Just... Oh, there it is again. As I bump into this... as I bump into this warrior over and over... Ah! Oh, I've annoyed them. Hang on. So if I keep, oh my god, if I keep bumping into you, how do I, keep it going, full steam. Oh, we got. Huh, that's so interesting. That's so interesting that like, they're kind of okay with me. I can go right up to them and stand here and you know, they're just like, oh, yeah, it's you. We've seen you like 100 times go through here. It's fine. You know, you saved the tower. But if I just kind of have a go, then yeah, they get annoyed. They get annoyed. Stop that. Okay. All right. This is extremely interesting. I can't say that I would have found this on my own because even if I had come back over here to the left, I think I would have just gone like, you know, there's wall here, and I don't know, I might have tried walking into this conspicuously covered section. I might have. So if that's the case, if this is the case, then let me... The only thing I'm trying to think, is there anything in game that this could be used with? Why? Like, why would it be... Why? There is only this in front of us. So, let me... The only thing I can think, my natural instinct is, let me Google Morse code. You know, translator and put this in. If I can. Okay. So, let's just do a little bit and see if this works. So, dot, line, dot, hang on. Oh, it's not working. You know what? I might pause. I might pause to give this a go. Okay, I had to try a couple of different translators for Morse code because my first one didn't really work. But it doesn't appear to be Morse code. It was, I don't know. I was just kind of getting garbled, like L's and I's and E's, and it wasn't doing anything. So I guess it doesn't really seem. I don't know. Maybe there's some other way to read this. I mean, if I look at the style of like each line, there's a lot of similarities at the beginning, but that wouldn't be unusual. But it doesn't really, if I just look at Morse code, like just look at like a chart of Morse code, it doesn't really seem like this is kind of fitting the bill, because too much of it is too long. Like the sections are like, I mean, the sections are quite even, aren't they? Like there's like, whether it's dots or lines, there's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 characters. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 character. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it's 8. Everything is 8 characters, whether it's a dot or a line. That just wouldn't be Morse code, whether letters or words. Eight. I mean, this doesn't have any way that I can think to relate it to any of our languages. Like, what would that be? Just nothing. I mean, also so something specific about the warrior language, because these are so this is in the warrior area. That's what I was starting to say before. This is in the warrior area specifically. Does that mean that the warriors have specifically set this up? The warriors have hang on. Is it, if this, hang on. Does this make sense? What I was thinking, the reason I gasped, is this the call that the warriors talk about in their mural? Like, the call, I was originally calling it a signal, right? This is a signal. So was this already... Could this be the signal that the warriors received to come to the tower? Which, if it is, so I was even thinking at the end of the game, so, what was this call? Like, did it turn out that the thing, the kind of the light symbol that we see at the end, however you're interpreting that, as a god, as an entity, as a digital display, whatever your interpretation of that, I was thinking, was that the call? Like, and I was even thinking, was it just like literally visible? Like, it was visible at the top of the tower. It was shining like a beacon, like a lighthouse. And maybe that's what the warriors saw. They saw this shining beacon at the top of a tower. Maybe not, though. Maybe this is the call they received. So that would mean the warriors didn't set this up. But if I think through... All right, that would mean the warriors didn't set this up, but that would also mean that all of this, including all of this infrastructure, was originally part of the tower, and that the only part that the warriors built, and it does say the warriors built the fortress, I understand that, but, I guess it's sort of like, I won't go all the way up there, but like the fortress is literally where those two guards that I annoyed before, that is the fortress. Beyond that is the only fortress. I know that that's kind of an obvious thing to say, but at the same time, it's not as if a place can't, like the idea of a place can't include its grounds, in a sense, the area outside as well, where the guards are, and also this area here could also have been included in the idea of the fortress. But I guess not. I guess this is all the architecture that we see on the way to the fortress from from the first area. You know, we're going upstairs and sort of into that into that room that looks like it's a modern office building. So this is not. I think that that's what this is. I think this is the signal, which they called the call, that brought them to this area. It's very worrying that the battery is almost run out, right? Like, what does that imply? Morse code seems to me the obvious thing that you would think of when you see this. Dots, it's obviously not quite right, but it's dots and lines. 8. Characters 8 in length. But there's only 2 things to work with. Well, 2 things to work with. Could we interpret this as binary? Hang on. Binary translator. And then what? The dots would be zeros and the lines would be ones? Binary? So if I go 0011 0011 3 could be 3, and then okay, let's try the next one. 0011 01 00. I mean, this could just also be a coincidence. 34. Hang on. This is feeling right. Like, maybe because I don't know much about binary apart from the obvious, like zeros and ones, right? But I don't know about how you construct letters and words and, you know, like how many characters there are. But so far, maybe this is correct. 001 01110 34 dot. Well, that could still be part of a number. Okay. And then 00110100. So 34 point. It could be 34.4, or this could be gibberish. Let's keep going and see. Do we still get numbers? 34.4. Okay. 001101. You know what? I'm going to enter all of this in, and I'll come back to you when I'm done. Okay, I have just finished entering them all in, and I don't know if I've done it correctly, but I've done my best. And what I have, straight up, I think this is probably right, because this is too well structured. I think this must be coordinates. All right, so what it says is 34 point, and this might not be right. I might have typed something in wrong here, but what I have is 34.459355, comma, space 41.44804141. That just straight up looks like coordinates. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and put it into Google Maps, not completely knowing whether it works that way or not, but what happens if I do? Oh. Hello, my maps has... Interesting. Well, it's plonked me somewhere in... But, like, somewhere that's sort of between... Like, near the border of Syria and Iraq. Now, that could be something, but I don't know what. Where are we? We're near... I mean, this feels... Hang on. We are near the Euphrates River. Hang on, I'm near. Get out of here. There's an actual reference to the game here. It says the tower. It was nearby when I zoomed out a little bit. Oh my god. There's an actual... Oh, this is so clever. This is so clever. It says it's got 5 stars and 4 reviews, and it's a hiking area. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. This is amazing. It says Al Anbar Governorate, Iraq. Okay, alright. So there's actual screenshots from the game here. This is amazing. This is amazing. There's 3 screenshots from the game here. Reviews. There's a few reviews. One of my favorite destinations to go to. The experience was amazing. The people were super friendly, and there's a great view from the top of the tower. Absolutely recommended. Don't forget to bring tolerance, love, and kindness along with you, and may you hear the chants in all their beauty. Darina Zemish. Holy hell. There's another review. My favorite. There's another 5-star review by Julian J. Forever in memory of the Tower of Babel. Recommended activities: hiking, running, other. Parking space, not sure. Fees, 80 yen, but sometimes there are discounts. The winter sale price is only 48 yen. That's ridiculously cheap. That's like less than $1. Even though no toilet was found, please try not to urinate or defecate indiscriminately. Public transportation. Transportation is convenient. Typically, a device is used to move people to different floors via a teleportation system. Dog friendliness. Monsters once inhabited the tower, and although they are now imprisoned, there's no guarantee that monsters won't appear anywhere. Bringing a large dog is recommended, at least for self-defense. I'm actually going to move us off this screen, sorry, because that is probably really annoying. They've included a photo. And then another 5-star review, Chants of Sennaar, recommended activities, hiking, bird watching, by Mire. Wow. Wow. How amazing. How amazingly satisfying was that? So I think... I'm so curious whether... You know, like, was this set up by... On Google Maps, was this place set up by the developers, or was this... I mean, obviously the developers are pointing you towards this place. Huh. But so my original feeling, because the Euphrates or Euphrates River sounds familiar to me, it all feels right. I was thinking, is this where... Like, is this... Hang on. Let me look up. Tower of Babel. Is it meant to be near here? Euphrates. Ba-ba-ba. Let me look up Tower of Babel. Like, is there any location kind of lore on the Tower of Babel? So the Tower of Babel, believed to have been located in Shinar, which corresponds to ancient Mesopotamia, specifically in the area of Babylon, modern-day Iraq. Some scholars suggest its remains. Okay. I mean, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. So that's very clever. So I guess, like, what I wonder is, yeah, did the developers set up the actual place on Google Maps, or did they just set up the coordinates and other players somehow created this place? That's incredible. And imagine if, for whatever reason, regular, like, not people who haven't played this game are looking around this area and see this tower there. The tower? What the hell? And click on this. That is absolutely amazing. That is so delightful. That is so delightful. And there's something really cool about the fact that, you know, like, this game obviously has inspirations from, you know, has kind of, you know, a basis in real world mythology. And it's nice that the game is now kind of connecting back to that. You know, it's kind of like a two-way a two-way communication, which is so perfect in a sense for this game. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So thank you to the people who pointed that out. I'm going to, a specific thank you to Dale King in particular, because Dale put this in a spoiler comment, as in actually below the spoiler cut, which I really appreciate, because that's the way that puts the power, gives me the power to check on things. So I really appreciate Dale for doing it that way. Because that meant that I could not look at the comment, so I wasn't getting sort of spoiled beforehand. But then when I wanted to, I could choose to look at that comment. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's the best way to do things on this channel, so that I know that people have things, they have information that they either want to say to other people or that they want to say to me. Most of the time I'm just not going to look at it while I'm still doing the blind playthrough, and that's just sort of how things are, because the priority is for me to be able to play these things blind without being given any outside information about the game whatsoever. But as I am at the end of a game and I've finished the blind playthrough myself, this was the perfect way for me to go, well, I've finished it now. I can go back into that comment. I know somebody was leaving a secret for me, so I can go and check that out. And now I'm able to record it here for you guys to include in the last episode. So I'm gonna go and insert this into the last episode. Oh, actually, I've thought of the perfect way to cap this off with a little bit of bonus content. So this is a little story I'm going to tell you, and this goes out to Mandelbot, who I promised. So Mandelbot told me a really interesting story in the comments way back in episode 1. I am so sorry, Mandelbot, that it took me so long to get around to making good on what I was going to tell. I was going to share a story with Mandelbot that was the same sort of thing, because these stories are language related, translation related. So this is kind of perfect, except it should have been way earlier. I originally told Mandelbot I was going to tell this story in episode 3, and I just, every time it came into this game, I totally forgot about it, and I just got swept up with the game itself. But actually, let's finish. So Mandelbot in episode 1 told me a really cool story that they had experienced about kind of meeting a translation hero, in a sense. And I thought, well, I kind of have one of these as well. In short, without going into too many details, this was a long time ago when I was living and working in Japan, and somehow or other I got introduced, I think, through a friend of a friend, to a woman, and we got to chatting and everything, and sort of struck up a little bit of a friendship. And I then, after knowing them for a little bit, I then realized, they told me that they were a translator for the Ace Attorney series, for the Gyakuten Saiban series, which I was an enormous fan of. I am still a huge fan of, but I was definitely an enormous fan of then. And in fact, it's actually, of all of the games I've played, it's one of the games I have most used for language learning myself, playing it in Japanese and sort of translating and, making big lists of the lingo and everything like that. So it was a game I specifically used in my own Japanese language learning. So I was so bowled over. Wow, and she sort of shared some stories with me about that. It was so amazing. And it was, for me, an experience of meeting a kind of a game development translation hero. It was so cool. And then I got to ride with her through the streets of Tokyo on her scooter, at nighttime. So there was some super cool experiences after that. But anyway, that's kind of the meat of the story. That was Mandelbot. That's what I wanted to tell you all that time ago, and I said I was going to put it in a video rather than straight up reply to your comment. So here it is, right at the end of this playthrough. So thank you so much for sharing that story with me. And I guess if anybody else has any other interesting stories with, that are related to language or translation, please feel free to share. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you somewhere.